let's talk about HBO Max's Harry Potter series and why I'm going to give it a try. So, I'm a big OG Harry Potter fan. I grew up with the books. I was the same age as the kids in the books when I read them. So, like, when Order of Phoenix came around, I was feeling the same kind of moody teenageriness that Harry was feeling, and I could really relate to it. Um, and it was just, they were very, very good books, and I loved them to pieces, and I enjoyed them. And I am excited to see that the HBO series is going to be following closer to the books, where it shows things that they didn't show, that they couldn't show in the movies because of time constraints. Now, the one big thing that's been on everybody's mind, and they've all been like, yeah, we're not going to watch this because there is a certain main character who has been cast that in the book is described as looking totally different. And if they do not change the story around, it's going to make this character, not the character, but it's going to make Harry Potter, Hermione, and Ron, and Harry Potter's dad and his friends seem really racist. So I don't know how they're going to go about that. And go about that. I don't know how they're going to go about that because in the books, this character was bullied relentlessly and was always blamed for everything by Harry. And Harry always talked about how he just didn't like him, and it's like, what are they going to do now? What are they going to do to make this be okay? Because I don't know how they're going to make this not turn into something racist. I don't even know if it's going to end up going as long as it's going to, but they have 8 episodes already for season 1 coming out Christmas 2026. And I'm just like a little worried about how that's going to go. But as someone who grew up on the books and loved the movies, what do I have to lose, right? We were lucky. We got an all-star cast in the movies. A freaking all-star cast. Every single cast was cast perfectly. They were exactly how I pictured them in the books. It was perfect. So what can we lose? Why not watch this and just give it a chance? I'm going to give it a chance. I just don't know how they're going to make the story not seem racist now that one of the major characters that moves the story forward, that you don't really realize is a major character, has been race swapped. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying because of what the books say and how he gets blamed for everything, it's going to be a little hard for the series to approach that in a okay way, I think. But anyway, that was just my 2 cents. I'm excited to see it. I'm glad that they're doing it. But yeah, I am interested to see how they play this off because it's going to end up being interesting. It's just going to be they're probably going to have to change the whole story, honestly. Like, they're going to be as faithful to the books as possible, but they're going to have to change the story there's going to have to be a reason besides that Harry looked at Snape and his scar burned, that Harry doesn't like Snape. They're going to have to make an actual reason because otherwise it just seems racist. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, and I'm sure that a lot of people are probably mad that I'm even saying anything on this, and I'm sorry to those of you that are mad, but I am entitled to my opinion, and I'm going to give it a try. But I do think that the casting choice for this certain character was nice that they did it. I think it's great that they're, getting people of color in these roles. But with this specific character and all the bullying and harassment this character goes through, I don't know how they're going to make it not racist. Like, people are going to watch it and it's going to be like, oh, well, that Harry Potter is racist because he just looked at Snape and his scar burned and that's why he doesn't like Snape. You know what I mean? So just my 2 cents. I don't usually say my opinions about things like that on here because I don't want people to be mad at me about it, but I think a majority of people are kind of in the same boat. They're okay with watching it, but they are a little worried how they're going to take the character and how they're going to make this work when the character is a different race than what they were in the book. without it being totally a disaster. But anyway, thanks for listening to me talk and rant and whatever you want to call this, and I will talk to you guys later. Much love.